Just see that? He like got a running start. Just wait. Woo-hoo! People think that the cats are tame because they've been trained. This is my pet cat, Jody. Everybody say hi, Jody. Now, the big cats are wild, and that wild nature can come out at any moment. They may seem like they're not dangerous, but they are dangerous every single second. They are probably nature's strongest killing machines. I'm Dirk Arthur. I'm an illusionist and animal conservationist. That means that I perform magic, and I'm lucky enough to work with some of the most spectacular animals in the world, tigers and leopards. I've been working with and training big cats for 20 years. Right now, I have 8 tigers and 3 leopards in the show. As long as I've been a professional magician, I wanted to produce my own show. And now that I've been performing at the Silverton Hotel in Las Vegas, that dream has come true. I really believe that when people see the animals up close in the show, they'll care about them even more, and they'll want to see them protected. This is Shadow. Shadow's a 15-year-old black African leopard. I've had Shadow since he was about 1 year old, and during that time, we've probably done 10,000 shows together. Leap, leap. Time for the Shadow Meister. Hey, Shad. Clear. Clear. Hey, big guy. Shadow likes to take his time. Now, 15 years old is a little old for a leopard. That makes him about the equivalent of an 80-year-old person. Sometimes he's a bit of a curmudgeon. Sometimes he gets a little grouchy like Grandpa, wanting his own way. But we love him. We want him to be himself. Ooh. And we pretty much give him his own way all the time. We love that he still has spit and vinegar in him. When I'm with the cats, I don't think of them as animals. They're more like colleagues. They're rare creatures that I'm lucky enough to interact with. There you go. Okay. That leads me to my philosophy of animal training, which I've developed over many, many years.
Let's go for a walk, sweetie.
It's basically the animals come first.
Good.
Their feelings have to come first.
Lay down, girl. Lay down, good girl.
The tigers and the leopards, and actually all the big cats, are very much creatures of habit, much more than people realize. And just like people forming good habits or bad habits, if we can get the cats to form good habits and maintain those habits, that's what makes training really easy. But if you let them get into a bad habit, the bad habit can grow. It's a lot harder to break a bad habit if you let it develop in the first place.
You don't have to be so overreacting. Something bothering you today, huh? Wanna have a kid.
So we have to condition them, but it's a very passive conditioning. It's a gentle kind of loving conditioning where you just gently guide them into doing things a certain way. Willie is our youngest tiger. He's 3 years old. He's a huge tiger. He's going to be a gigantic tiger. He's almost bigger than all the other cats already. Willie's probably over 500 pounds right now, and I expect him to get as much as 650. The rate he's growing is gigantic. He probably stands about 4.5, 5 feet tall at his head when he stands up straight. So he's a big guy. Willie's a sweet cat also, really gentle, really mellow. Just a great cat, really fun cat to have in the show.
What a good swimmer you are. Good boy, sweetie. Yeah. Whoa! You're a wild man.
Handling the big cats on the leash is a lot trickier than it looks.
Here's one big tiger. Big
We're
man.
constantly aware of the strength of the animal and the power, and that the animal could instantly bolt in a certain direction, or may turn and try to attack the person walking the cat, or try to escape, or a myriad of things. So I've learned that the best way for the animal to feel comfortable is for me to feel comfortable and relaxed. Las Vegas is the capital of animal magic, and really the pinnacle of performing if you're a magician. I've been performing in Vegas for over 10 years. I've been lucky enough to headline at some of the top hotels all up and down the Strip. I performed at the Flamingo Hilton, Caesar's Palace, and when I was at Bally's, I headlined in their Jubilee show for nearly 8 years. One of the really exciting things about performing at the Silverton Hotel for me is the fact that I've been able to produce the show exactly the way I want. I love the way I've designed my show, especially because we can have kids come to the show. For many years, I performed in Vegas shows that were sometimes topless or adult-oriented. I always felt like I didn't quite fit in. But now that I have my own show, we can invite kids. It's a lot more fun. My staff consists of 3 dancers, my sound and light crew, and my illusion director, who's also my animal trainer. I try to create impossible illusions. I try to think of things that have never been done before by any other magician in any part of the world. And I try to make the impossible feats become reality in the live show. There's always a spectacular magic that the audiences love. Huge illusions happening sometimes high over their heads. I always use the element of surprise. Just when they think one thing is going to happen, I surprise them with something else. But no matter what, I always come back to the big cat magic.
Here I am inside my backyard habitat, which is actually a series of enclosures within a much larger enclosure, completely roofed for safety.
So even if an animal were to escape from their primary enclosure, there's another secondary enclosure with a roof. So basically, it's like Fort Knox. The cats are not going to get out and hurt somebody. Now remember, the animals do not live in these cages. This is only their temporary place where they stay at night. Every day they get out of the cage, they walk on a leash, they go to the snow, or maybe we'll take them to the mountains. This is just their apartment for when they sleep.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
I have a fantastic right-hand man right now. His name is Tim Clothier, and he is from England. He's a brilliant inventor of illusions, and he also works as my animal trainer.
They scared the hell out of me at first. Absolutely.
Time for a snack. Good job.
I realized they're not just big versions of little cats. You can't put a litter box in the corner and hope they won't scratch up your couch.
He works as my backup. It's part of my safety protocol that whenever we work with a big cat out on a leash, there are always at least 2 experienced trainers there at all times.
Go for a walk over here, maybe? Because you're a good girl. Yeah. What do you think, huh?
The cats are so fast, they can move with such speed and such accuracy, they can swipe at something before you even know they're about to do it.
Nope. Watch out, Jim. All right, get away, get away. Okay, give me space. Lots of space. Then you go.
You have to have a lot of respect for Dirk. When you see him working with a cat, every move he makes is directing exactly where they're going. It's like the two of them are dancing together almost.
Good boy.
He's watching the cat's body language, the cat's watching his body language.
And on the exterior, I may appear to be extremely relaxed. And I like to be that way, it makes the animals feel better. But I'm never truly relaxed. You know, my brain is always thinking, I'm always watching them, I'm watching things around me.
He can just walk in there and up to them and just keep the space and the ratio between the two of them perfect all the time. So that the cat doesn't decide, you're like a big ball and I can play with you. So really, just watching that is quite amazing.
You can never forget that they're dangerous. They do have the power to kill other beings, whether it be humans or an antelope or a deer or their prey. They're so powerful. They're probably nature's strongest killing machines. When people see the show, they think the cats are tame. Because they're trained so well, they may seem like they're not dangerous, but they are dangerous every second.
My big man. My beautiful, beautiful white tiger.
Snow Magic is a pure snow-colored tiger. He's pure white, one of the rarest tigers in the entire world.
Snow Magic loves to get out and see the snow.
There are only about 15 snow tigers in existence. They're all in captivity. Unfortunately, they've been extinct in the wild for over 40 years. They have one of the rarest genes for the coat color of any tiger. Snow Magic's about 4 years old, and we hope to breed him eventually when he becomes a little older. Snow Magic is very powerful. He's very agile, and he loves to play. He's got to be one of my strongest tigers. I had a very sad thing happen. My spotted leopard Diva passed away at 13 years old.
Hi, sweetheart. Oh, that's a good girl.
I really loved her. In fact, I've got one illusion that I created specifically for her. So eventually, I decided I would adopt a new spotted leopard into the family. I had a friend in Texas whose leopards had just had babies. I contacted him and arranged to adopt a spotted leopard. And just a few weeks later, a baby spotted leopard was on its way to me. So I approached the cage, I peeled back the protective cardboard and looked inside. It was the wrong cat. It was a black leopard, not a spotted one. I couldn't believe it. My eyes wanted to see spots and they didn't. I didn't know what to do.
Marcus, it's Dirk Arthur. Listen, call me back right away on my cell phone. You guys shipped me the wrong leopard. We have a black leopard here, and remember, we needed a spotted leopard. So I kind of don't know what to do. I mean, I could put her right back on the plane, but I don't really want to do that. So we need to talk and figure out what to do. So call me back right away. Okay, thanks. Very cute. You are. Oh, what you cute. I think you are a female. Yes. This is how their parents carry them. So actually, it looks mean, but you see how they relax when they're carried this way by their scruff. Yeah. That's how Mom would carry you around, huh, sweetie? You're a good girl. Okay. Oh, fantastic. And do you think there's a possibility you might be able to get that spotted shipped to us tomorrow, or? Okay, that sounds great. Anything you can do, I'd greatly appreciate it. Bye. All right, he's gonna call us back and see if he can get the correct cat sent to us. And of course, the problem is, what do we do with this little baby that we're already falling in love with? So we have a decision to make.
She's 10 weeks old right now and weighs about 15 pounds. As an adult, she'll weigh nearly 250 pounds. Leopards are one of the most powerful animals pound for pound of any animal, even more powerful than tigers. She looks about the size of a house cat right now, but her strength will be 5 or 10 times greater. I fell in love with that baby black leopard so fast, I called my friend in Texas and told him, I don't want another leopard. I want to keep this one.
Very sweet girl.
I decided to name her Diamond.
Good girl.
Getting Diamond by mistake has turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I couldn't love her more. I'm going to make sure she has a happy, fulfilled life as long as she lives.
This is where she'll sleep at night in the pen here when we can't keep an eye on her. Whoa!
Some of the things we're going to do with Diamond will be to familiarize her with what her environment is going to be in beginner training. And let me tell you, that's a lot different from how they used to do it.
And now, Clyde Beatty, the most fearless man in all the world, alone in a cage with a herd of man-eating African lions, the greatest wild animal trainer of all time, face to face with the most ferocious of all jungle-bred animals.
In the old days, people would train the big cats with a lot of forcing and coercion. But now when we handle the cats, we treat them only with love and compassion. We never force them to do anything that they don't want to do or that they wouldn't do naturally.
He is from India normally. Yeah.
Passive conditioning is forming a habit in an animal without using any kind of force.
Nice, isn't it, huh? That feels good, huh? Yeah. What a good boy.
That's part of how we can have such a great success with having the animals in the show, and how we can have such a great, compassionate bond with the cats.
What do you think about the snow, huh? Time to go to work, my big buddy. There you go. Whoops.
I think it's okay for animals to be an entertainment, as long as they're treated humanely and with complete respect at all times.
Good girl.
And as long as the welfare and the respect of the animal comes before any monetary gain.
All right.
You have to put that first. By breeding them in captivity, we can actually increase the number of tigers that are surviving right now, and hopefully, those numbers can be used to help repopulate the wild. That's certainly the goal, and certainly why a lot of us take such great care of these beautiful animals.
This is Jody. Jody is a heterozygous tiger. She's 15 years old, and I've had her in the show since she was 6 months old. Hey, you. That's a good girl, huh? Good girl. Lay down, Jody. Lay down. Good girl.
Heterozygous is Latin for dual genes. That means she carries the rare white gene. Now, she might be orange on the outside, but her offspring will be either orange or white. Every day in the show, I introduce Jody to the audience, and the audience shouts her name.
Everybody say hi, Jody!
All the passive training and conditioning I've done with my big cats, like Jody, that's what I'm going to do with Diamond over the next several months.
Observe how he obeys my every command. Stop. Stop. Stop chasing me. Perfect. Good boy.
Before any cats get near an audience, they receive hundreds of training sessions, usually in very short increments due to their short attention spans.
In the show, it'll be fast, of course. All right, want to do it on 3?
After they get used to the music and the stage lights and are comfortable with how the illusions operate, they join the show.
It's perfect. Good girl.
One of the best ways to train the cats is to give them lots of rewards. Rewards of love, and sometimes rewards of little pieces of steak.
I'm gonna place one piece further in, one piece halfway in, so that when she jumps in, she'll get her treats, eat them, enjoy them, and enjoy being in the prop at the same time. Door.
They've got to feel good about it. It's got to be a game for them. So they think, hey, time to do the show. I'll jump in there. It's fun. It might take 6 or 9 months to get an animal used to the illusion.
Get your other piece of meat there. See, it's to your left. It's to your left. Look for, there you go. Good girl, yeah. Hi, sweetie, you're such a good girl. Now, part of the reason that I'm hand feeding her is just to establish a positive bond with her. We want her to associate everything with humans with only positive things, food and affection and safety, security. We want their lives to be peaceful and enjoyable.
When they're older, that bond can never be broken, the bond between myself and the big cats, because we hand-raised them with such love. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved magic, and I've always loved animals. Being able to combine them seemed like a dream come true. I first got interested in magic when I was about 7. Then, when I was 13 or 14, I started performing. I used to do all different kinds of tricks, a lot of standard tricks, things with handkerchiefs, canes, cards, things like that. I remember what a big deal it was when I got my first doves, my very first birds. And over time, I developed a bird act with all different kinds of birds. I had doves, chickens, parakeets, ducks, even a 9-foot-tall ostrich. I still like birds a lot, though, so tonight, let's see if I can catch a few. That's why I'm gonna need my net. Check it out. Empty? Empty? All right. You guys check it out over here, too. They're flying around. They're up there. Got one. All right. That was a good catch. Up there, look, there he is. There he is. Got him. still have some birds in the show, but what really gets me excited is being able to work with tigers and leopards. That's what gets the audience excited, too.
Oh, yeah. Give me 5.
To make the illusions really exciting, for me, they have to happen instantaneously. The magic has to occur quickly, like it's real magic. Bam! Like that.
Oh, no, you don't. See, the thing with the leopards is they tend to get playful just in a second. They can go from being calm and to becoming super playful, which is fun, and I'm cool with it, but the thing is they have to know that they can't get too playful. To them, too playful might be taking a big old chunk out of my shoulder. No, no, no. Nice try, but we don't get that playful.
When the cats are jumping up on me and want to attack, part of the reason they do that is their prey instinct just coming out. Their prey reflex, we say. It doesn't necessarily mean they want to follow through and then kill me and eat me like I was their prey, or attack a person or someone that's in close proximity. It's just their natural instinct and they can't stop it. I mean, they're like a kid in a way, like a kid that may never grow up and that's dangerous. Now, if an accident happens, it may be because the trainer lets the animal get too playful, or maybe the animal decided just out of fun to try to get away with something. They might put you in the hospital, but after they hurt you, they might just jump away and say, "Oh, I got away with it. That was fun, but I really didn't mean it." So the trainer always has to watch out for that. Now, of course, the most dangerous thing that could happen is that they would bite you and get some blood, some human blood, and the smell and the sensation of that blood would bring out their predator instinct, causing them to become extremely dangerous. And that's when the animal's true wild nature may come out and they can become possessive over that person. Feeding time is when you see the true wild nature of all the big cats. That's when their incredible ferociousness comes out and it's unstoppable. When they're getting that food, they're getting possessive. They want the food and you better not try and take it away from them or they're gonna kill you. Every night after the show, that's when the tigers get their main meal. And that's when the feeding frenzy begins. Tigers eat from 10 to 15 pounds of raw meat per day. Their diet consists of chicken, beef, and vitamin supplements.
Yeah. You notice they eat the bones and all. Crunch, 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 crunch. That's delicious.
I've had Diamond for a little more than a month, and I've already begun to train her.
Feels good, huh?
One of the training methods we use is that we make it a fun game for the cats. We try to establish some situation where it's playful for the cats. One of the things that works really great with the big cats is that we just get them to chase after something because it's sort of a natural instinct. So we'll do a technique which is simply called following the stick, and they'll be trained to follow a long stick. Now, in the early days of training, we'll dangle a little piece of cloth from the tip of the stick. If you can imagine when you play with your house cat, how you might have a string and dangle it around. Well, it works the same way with the big cats, only a little more animal psychology and a little more safety precautions have to go into effect.
There you go. There you go. Oh, yes. I love you too. Yes. This is Sabrina. Sabrina's an 8-year-old white-striped Bengal tiger. She's also one of our calmest, most reliable cats. She's one of the cats that leaps out of an illusion on stage and bolts across the stage after disappearing from midair. We love to use Sabrina because she's sweet and she's very reliable. And she is one of the rarest animals in the world. Now, not quite as rare as the snow tiger, but still incredibly rare. Only about 400 white-striped tigers are in existence right now. They're all in captivity. Now, the sad thing is they're extinct in the wild and have been extinct in the wild since about 1960. You're a good girl, huh? Because I've worked with the big cats for so many years, I can tell right away what kind of mood they're in. Yeah, you're a good girl. She's just talking back to me now, just saying, yeah, I love you too. You ready? With the tigers, the way that you can usually tell if they're in a good mood is that they will come up to you and they will poof or chuff. That's where they make the noise, is kind of a kind of noise. That's how they say hello. It means, I want to be your friend. I want you to pet me. I want you to interact with me. This way. Oh, I love you, sweetheart. They also sometimes make moaning noises and groaning noises, and those can be interpreted different ways. Yeah, she's just purring, being affectionate. She's a nice girl. She's like, what are you guys trying to do? All right, maybe we should put her back. You really have to be around the cats a lot to be able to tell exactly what it means. Maybe half the time it could mean they want attention. Then half the time it could mean they're getting a little irritated. Their tone would be a little more forceful and a little deeper if they're getting irritated. There are a lot of things we also pick up on by their body language. Some of the stuff will be obvious to a layperson, where they may just plunk down on the ground and just sit there and say, I'm gonna sit here, I don't wanna get up, that kind of thing. Sometimes, if you want them to walk on a leash and maybe they don't wanna walk, they'll turn to you and they'll try to swat at you and things like that. That kind of stuff, again, is pretty obvious. But I can often tell the subtle things. I know what they're thinking, what they're gonna do, and what they're thinking about doing next. Whatever it is you're thinking, don't think it. Whatever it is you're thinking about doing, don't do it. A lot of times the cats react to what I do also. So it's really important that I know what I'm doing and I can gauge their personality or their temperament or their mood at that moment. And that's how I judge what the smart thing is for me to do. I think I better think about heading them back in before he gets too frisky. It's never happened, but if I were to get hurt or badly bitten by one of the cats, it would be my own fault. The cats are wild and act on instinct and their natural behaviors. One of my jobs is to be able to read the cats so that a playful moment or a frisky moment doesn't turn into a dangerous moment. Currently, there are only 5,000 to 7,000 tigers left in the wild. Because of loss of habitat and illegal poaching, those numbers are dwindling quickly. Eventually, and sadly, they might become extinct in the wild. That's where the breeding program comes in. By breeding them in captivity, we're able to preserve the gene pool, the correct DNA of Bengal tigers, so eventually the offspring from those cats could be released into the wild.
I was thrilled to donate one of my white tigers, Namaste, to the Panea-Iwa Rainforest Zoo in Hawaii. They're commencing their own breeding program there. It's the only rainforest zoo in the U.S., and that tiger is living a pure life of luxury. Now, tigers and leopards do not make good pets. Sure, when people see them, they're cute and they're cuddly. But what people don't realize is that they're going to grow up. They are wild, and they're going to be dangerous. And if you're not an expert at taking care of them, it's not fair to the animals, and you're going to get hurt.
Here, I want to show you my new cat.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Isn't she pretty? She's 10 weeks old. Everyone, this is Dr. Gary Whittle. He's my veterinarian. He's a specialist in exotic animals. Since this is a new cat, I want Gary to check her out and just see how she's doing, see if there's any health problems.
Her eyes are nice and clear, and her third eyelids aren't up. Let me listen to her ticker.
Okay.
And I need to feel her body. No.
Raising a leopard is a lot like raising a child. A lot of psychology goes into it, and it has to be based primarily on compassion and understanding.
Of a cage or a wall or something.
Can I see the other end?
Yeah.
The business end?
Yeah, you can have that end.
Thanks.
I like this end better anyway.
Hey, they did send you a girl. That's good.
Yeah, it is a girl, right?
Right.
Don't do that to me.
But she feels fine. Says, I don't like him squeezing my belly. It's sure a lot easier to work on them when they're this age.
Pay attention. No?
I would never force a cat to go to the show. We have many more animals than we actually need to use in the show on any given night. Everyone likes to work, but no one wants a job they don't like. We try to give the cats jobs that they like, and that's fun for them.
This way, sweetheart. There you go.
Frankly, no matter how wonderful you make their habitat, no matter how huge, no matter how many behaviorally interesting things you put in the habitat, they like to get out and do stuff.
Oh, my big man. My big, beautiful, beautiful tiger. Good boy. Very, very. So you ready for a little magic? How about a lot of magic? Let's turn up the heat. Bye-bye, Jody! Don't you see how beautiful stripes and a nice butt?
Jody's performing right now in the show in a brand new illusion, which I call pulling the stripes off a tiger, where we magically cause the stripes to vanish from a live tiger. It's one of the first illusions we do in the show, and the audience loves it. You know, I think most of the time they're used to seeing tigers appear and disappear in some of the more standardized illusions. I'm continually trying to create new and fresh illusions, things that are wild and offbeat. So in pulling the stripes off a tiger, I'm doing something that's never been done before. This trick is unique because I actually tell the audience what I do before I do it. Most of the tricks or illusions rely on the element of surprise, but because this trick is so unbelievable, I actually tell them what I'm going to do. I even demonstrate it with a dancer from the show and say, look, this is how it's going to look. But even after I perform it with Jody and they see it happen, they're still surprised.
You're still there. All right, good. That looks good. I think that's good, you guys. That should be good for the show. Yeah. Well, tonight I'm going to pull those stripes right off of Jody. Think I can do it? All right, I'm going to demonstrate first with a little help from the beautiful Stacy. got her stripes. Let's see how she looks now. Go. Hey, Stacy, I got your stripes. You want them back? You're gonna need them for later. Next time we're on TV. Stacy, everyone. Jody, look. Dinner. That's all right, she ate already. You're safe. Now it's time to pull the stripes off Jody. All right, Jody, let me have your stripes, girl. Good girl. Yeah.
Right before the show, everyone's hustling and bustling, getting everything ready. They have to make sure the props are ready, the animals, the costumes. Every night, the excitement is just the same, just like it was opening night.
Have a good show, everybody. Like a good audience. Have fun. Now here's an illusion that started out as a classic of magic, but I've added a few of my own twists to it.
There's a message I'd like people to get when they see the show and when they see how beautiful, rare, and incredible the big cats are. Because like so many species that are vanishing from the earth, they must be protected. That's what makes it so special for me to have them in the show and to be able to talk about how important it is to preserve endangered species. To see an animal right in front of you just a few feet away is one of the best ways, I think, to get that message of conservation across. To see how really majestic and special these animals are. Diamond. She's going to have a great, great position in the show. The audiences love her, and we love her. Actually, she turned out to be a natural. She really seemed to take well to being in show business and being around the music and the excitement and the people.
The last guy you saw is Diamond. Diamond's only 4 months old, and this is the very first time she's ever been in the show.
I feel really lucky and privileged to be able to work with the big cats, to be able to participate in their conservation and to help preserve endangered species is incredible. To be able to be close to the cats and form a loving relationship and share it with others is more special than words can describe. They make fantastic friends. It's like performing with my friends when I do the show.